Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode for the Inimitable Podcast. I'm so glad that you're here. There's going to be a lot of topics that's going to be covered. We're talking about purpose this time. So, how do we get ourselves into purpose? How do we live in purpose, with purpose, on purpose? And there's so many other things, whether you see me or I have a guest with me. I'm really excited to have you guys here. I hope that everything that you are listening to can impact you or someone around you. I love what I do. I love having conversations that build awareness for mental health, but then also that's just a catalyst to improve conversations, improve relationships, and improve lives. So here we are. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, and I hope that you enjoy this episode. All right, guys. Bye. All right. Hey, friends. Listen, it was, like I said, technical difficulties, but we're here. We're ready
I'm
for this.
so sorry.
Listen, we was
Like,
going to have a
I'm,
conversation because when I say we need help, and by we, I mean life.
yes, I know what
And
you
yeah.
mean. I
So let
know
me
what you mean.
introduce you. We have my good friend, my good sis, the pastor, the songstress, psalmist, teacher,
Stop.
preacher. I mean, she does teach in like regular life, but then like she does amazing things. She is internationally known. If y'all
Stop.
haven't seen her, what rock are we living under? Because hello, hailing from the great state of Massachusetts, the
Stop it.
Alexis.
The Massachusetts. I love Mass, by the way.
Yeah, Mass is cool. It's cool. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
wonderful.
Okay.
I really am. I'm doing great. Listen, it has been a rainy day, but it actually was a successful day. So,
Okay. Oh wait,
yeah.
and she does her own personal what's that thing
Training.
called? Training.
I'm like, what are you adding that's not true? I'm like, hold up, what?
I said she will get your spirit and your body together. Like who doesn't love that? We need that.
We
Child, I do.
do, we
I
do, we
do.
do, we do, we do,
And so
we do.
this conversation is well needed. Now, for some of my episodes, I collaborate on the topic. Now, Alexis was like, "Okay, yes, but we need to talk about purposeful dating." I say, "Yes, ma'am, we do," because the dating
Yes.
got something interesting in it. I don't know what's in it. Quite frankly, I'm over it. But you know what? She's here to help us because she is happily married. So maybe she can give something to us single folks. So I'm here for the conversation.
Stop it.
What made you choose purposeful dating? Because I mean,
Yeah,
you
let's start there because it really can just be an easy flow. Literally for tonight. I don't know why Instagram is trying to reset my password right now because all of the issues that we had prior to this, no worries. Um, I'm just gonna skip that. We're not gonna regret it right now. Oh, but I'm on my IG. Great, because I was trying to share it. That's why. Everyone share, share, share. If you're here, just share. Let
please
people know we're
do.
here. But mainly because a lot of people like I've been meeting a lot of new people. I think that's where it'll start.
Mhm.
And they'll meet me first and then they'll meet my husband. They're like, how did you guys meet? And our story is not like, I guess you could say traditional, and it's not
Mhm.
also like something that you would expect, a story that you would expect, but it is a true and real story. And I think it was literally like these three main things that I literally want to talk about and really ask questions like as to where are people's mindsets when they think about dating? Like, do you only just want the marriage?
Mhm.
Do you only want the intimacy? Do you only
Mhm.
want the ring? Because there are so many people that are like, I got a ring, I got a ring. And I'm like, there's so many
Mhm.
things that comes with that ring. Ask me first before you get that ring. But before you say yes.
Uh-huh.
It just comes with so much compromising that I'm like, if
Mhm.
you are not willing to compromise just your day to do normal activities,
Yeah.
imagine having to compromise for another human.
Hmm.
That's where I'm like, Okay.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying, okay, marriage is awesome. It is great. But when I tell you from that very initial um marriage counseling session, it was like, are you ready for another full-time job? And I'm looking at the people like, huh?
Yeah.
No, I actually want to quit my full-time job. No, I'm not
Right.
ready for one.
Mhm.
But it
Mhm.
truly is like, I mean, I guess I can dive in with saying like something as simple as me going away this week for my church's holy convocation that we do every year.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I'm thinking like we spent a whole day of us just going out to eat like brunch, then we did dinner, then we looked at some houses, we did a lot of things. And it's like, so now what do I cook for you while I'm gone? you know, I have to cook. You know, you can't just bye. Like there's so many
Right.
other things. So I really think for people it's like why the questions are, well, how can I get in that relationship? I want to be in a relationship with like you. And I'm like, no, you don't. Do you know how many nights I'm saying? I'm like, no, you don't. You want your own. You don't want mine. Because my
Wow.
struggles you may not be able to handle. you know what I mean?
Hey.
So because I think I do handle well. I think my husband and I we navigate well, but there
Uh-huh.
are moments when I'm like, I did this. God, you
Mhm.
brought me here, and
Uh-huh.
he can be in the same room, he can be in proximity. He actually just left because he was trying to help me find my laptop, which I found. Um, but he can be in the same room, probably watching it, but he knows like it's just a lot of work and compromising. So my question would be, do people like working? And it's like you can say no, but marriage is going to be work. So you have to be willing to literally like pause yourselves. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So that
Mhm.
you can truly like lock in to what you really want. Or what
Right.
is it that you want? I think that's really what I want from people. Like, what is it that you want in a relationship? What is a committed, what is I don't want to say perfect because no relationship is perfect, right? But what does a healthy relationship look like to people?
Mhm.
And a lot of times they don't have that. And I have like just like three main things. It's like mindset,
Mhm.
definitely mindset,
Yeah.
heart, where your mindset, your heart is, and also your money. That's the scariest one.
Money.
Mindset, heart, and money.
Mhm. Honestly, I'm glad you said that because I've been single.com for forever.org, and
Not
I'm like
dot com.
it is ghetto. I'm over.
But
But you
okay,
know
but
what?
what is ghetto about it? What makes singlehood? I guess you could say singlehood
Uh-huh.
because it's a hood. What
It's a
makes
hood.
singlehood ghetto?
So, like, I think people aren't dating with intentions these days. And you ask some very good questions. And I don't know if people have the answers. Like, what do you want? Are you dating because you just can't be single and you need companionship? Are you dating because you want marriage? And then it's like, how do you bring these two worlds together? And I think a lot of people unfortunately don't know that answer. And so like and it doesn't help when you're saved and you have all of these titles and things, like me being a therapist and a minister and a business owner. Apparently that scares a lot of people away. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
it
y'all, I'm
does.
just human. Like, hello. Like, I
I,
mean, I
I
like
I
that.
get it all the time. I get it all the time. I get it
Mhm.
all the time. They're like, you're a pastor? Like even at my job, the school I work at, they're like, you're a pastor? I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, I preach on
Mhm.
Sunday, but now I'm here to teach you. What's the problem? But I get it. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's
Uh,
intimidating.
mm-hmm. That's a good word for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So then you're just kind of like, all right, so now that we're here and we're having this conversation, and sex always comes up because that's
Yep.
that's a thing where it's like, I got needs, like, bruh, me too. But that's not what we're talking. Can we build connection outside of that first? And then we can, talk, or no, we just hop straight into that. And
And when I tell you, one thing I can say to y'all on this live. If
Uh-huh.
you on this podcast, on this
Uh-huh.
show, look on this channel, if you tuned into this channel tonight,
Mhm.
do not get married for sex. Don't.
Don't do it.
You will find yourself in infidelity. You should never do that.
Mm.
You should never do that. And I'm not coming from someone who has experienced infidelity or is in infidelity. But you know what I mean? Like, but do not, because that is no. That is a portion of marriage. Like, you know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like, that is not, like, obviously, if and I'm plugging God in,
Come on.
because
We love
if
Jesus over
God
here.
said, if God
Mhm.
said get married because of sex, everybody would be married because everybody can have sex.
Mhm.
And there are people who, like they say, oh, I got Megan knees. Oh, I got this. I got that. Okay, get married. But it doesn't, it's not like that doesn't pay bills. I mean, if you abuse it in other ways, you do things
Uh-huh.
for money. But what I'm saying
Mhm.
is, in a healthy relationship, like when that is over, when you have to go to work, also what kind of job you have. That's why I said that's a big portion of it is that money.
Mhm.
Because when you think about, okay, like how you mentioned, I'm going to start dating someone, and their intention, they said that they're looking for a wife. They come to you, they say, hey, Jermaine, I'm looking for a wife. I'm looking for someone who is a Christian. I'm looking for someone who is beautiful. How about this? They spark you. I'm looking for somebody who is different.
Mhm.
You're like, that's me. That's me. And
Yes.
then they hit it with, because it's not that you marry people for the money that they have or the money that they don't have, but you
Right.
marry for companionship, you marry for unity. So when you
Mhm.
sit down and you're like, what's your debt, what's my debt, no matter who
Mhm.
has debt, you bring it together. It's a big debt scheme.
Come on.
So now there has to be
Mhm.
another goal other than what kind of ring you getting me. How we
Mhm.
taking care of this debt? What job you gonna work? How much you getting paid every 2 weeks?
Right. Right.
What's your side hustle? Do you have a side hustle?
Mhm.
So it's like, that's why I say it's that money thing, because I'll be honest, in my household personally, I am not the breadwinner. When I say breadwinner, meaning like my husband has a higher paying job.
Mhm.
I'm real. I'm raw. I be straight to the point. So people gonna
Mhm.
be like, "Oh, really?" Yes, my husband. My husband has a higher paying job. My husband
Mhm.
has an LLC. He has a business. Yes, I have ministry, but also my slogan for ministry, and being in Pentecostal churches, like, ministry is first, not money. Yes, I am compensated for
Mhm.
the appointments and assignments that I go to, but I never put a dollar amount on anything that I do. So I don't know. I could walk away and get $50, and
Right.
I've now been in a service for 5 hours.
Mhm.
That doesn't
Mhm.
amount to him DJing or setting up a wedding
Sure.
16 hours and getting thousands of dollars.
Right.
So it's like, you really have to know, like, the flow of how you bring in your money, maintain your money, manage your money. Like,
Mhm.
if I can stress anything, like, that is the biggest thing. Forget about, you can go to Avon and get married for $25. Like, ask me because I know. Pick me. You can go there and get married for $25. Anyone who wants to
Mhm.
be married, go to Avon. $25. But what
Mhm.
I'm saying, look, cash only. They only take cash.
Oh.
But yeah, literally. Look, ask me because I know. But what I'm saying is, then you think about, okay, we could just go to the court and whatever. Boom, now you're married. Now what do you do? There's a
Mhm.
whole other side to it. And I think people are so yearning for it. And
Mhm.
me personally, I'm not a feminist, but I really think that females have high expectations, too high of expectations that are
Yes.
unrealistic.
Mhm.
Like,
Fair. Yes.
and this idea of, I want a tough man, like, he got to be able to fight for me. Why are we fighting? I'm trying to understand. Like,
I agree.
and maybe that's the type of life you live. Like, you get in fights as a woman,
Uh-huh.
but
That's a
that's not his
mm,
job then. Like, his job is not
mhm.
to fight, because he needs to fight for you. Now he needs to. make money for you. Now he needs to pay your bill. You might as well be single. Fight for yourself.
Period. Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like, what are the expectations that women have in men?
You know what I did? So me being, I do marriage and family therapy, right? And I think a lot
Yep.
of people, um, I know for women, we are given that fairy tale love from like babies when we're playing house with the little baby dolls and then house with ourselves, and then we watch the Disney movies and the rom-coms and it's like, oh, but I want that though. And then it's like, but when you realize like life don't happen like a Tyler Perry movie where we're fighting, we're arguing, we hate each other, we're together, we break up, and then it's like, oh look, I'm married. I think that's why we have such failed and high
Yeah.
expectations because we're like, I want that. And then it's like you were saying earlier, yeah, but that requires work and that isn't quite how it happens. And can you manage the nuances that happen in between the stuff they don't show you on TV? And I think that's it as well.
Yes. And you touched on it, the comparison part,
Mhm.
right? I mean, during in a time where my husband and I were preparing to choose where we want to be married as far as like in the United States or go everywhere. Everyone was like destination, destination, destination,
Mhm.
destination. And it's like you look at it like, oh well, it's cheaper. Oh well, it's this. It's like I think before these times that we're in, everybody is looking at what everybody else is doing. I love social media for a it can be an influence, but it
Mhm.
can also be like, I mean, it can definitely be it like a death sentence. It can literally kill everything that was assigned to happen in your life. It can literally
Mhm.
kill it. It can shut it down because then we're like, well, you don't post me enough. Well, you don't. And it's like, dang, because I had to, we literally, my husband and I were having that conversation earlier too. Like, I'll be honest, and let me be rich, real and raw. I
Okay.
said, when we first started, like, why is it a problem that I posted you? We're just dating. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
why is it a problem? He's like, no, like you don't do that. Like you are my girlfriend. That's between us. I'm like, what's the secret? Because now I'm on defense mode. Like, well, what is the
Uh-huh.
secret? But it's not that
Mhm.
it's a secret because being married, I can understand, and also not even being married, you have to also know the character or learn the character of the person that you're dating, because then immediately you can get into, well, my ex didn't mind me posting them, or
Mhm.
what kind of guy doesn't want me posting them? Someone who has a different, leading character where it's like, I don't want every time I get a girlfriend, it's a post, a post, a post, because now it looks like I'm just dating all women, you know? And that could be true for some of these men out here. And maybe they just not posting them. However, if you
Mhm.
learn their character, it'll match with what they're requesting you not to do. But I had to learn early, like, no, it's not because he's dating multiple women. He's just like, he's a very conservative type of guy. And when he makes a grand post, he's posting about me, he's posting about his friends, but mainly, if it ain't about the money, you're not gonna see him post it. So but you have to learn also your person's character early on. They
Fair.
could be a pop off. They could not be a fighter. But what is that thing? Like, I really want to know that thing. Like,
Mhm.
a lot of women want like, I hate to say ghetto. Like, I hate using that word, but
Use
they
it,
want like they
ma'am.
want like a ghetto, like a hood guy. Like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
is like what does that affirm?
Masculinity, apparently. Mm.
Yeah, and that apparently is very heavy
I don't
because
want it. I don't understand it either because I'm like, I mean, so one of my mentees, child, that girl love her a thug. And I say, and look at you, ma'am. You've been in some not so lovely situations. And she's like, I just love it. I just love it because can't no man. And she's born in November, so she's a Scorpio. And she's like, it takes a real man to handle a Scorpio. I said, Miss Ma'am, if you just learn how to be in your soft girl era, I don't think you would need, because she likes to say, I need me a hood nigga. And I'm like, girl, I need you to recognize what these hood niggas have been doing to you and around
Yeah.
you. It's
And
not,
if we
it's
want to use social media, let's look at those trends. Because like and it's like again, I mean, I have family members, I have aunts, I have uncles who play the hood nigga side. I got aunts who play the I love them type of guys. It's not
mm,
working. How's that working for you? How's that?
mm-mm.
And it's always a struggle. It's always a fight. You always find yourself have to defending yourselves. And again, I'm not even saying like because here we are. I'm not to bash. Like if you a hood nigga and you are successful, be great at that. Like be great. I am. That is your character. Live
That's
in
your
your
bag,
truth.
though. Mm,
Live in your truth. But the
mm,
women that think that that is all you can attract because that is what you like. But then I go a little deeper. Why do you like that? Like, what is it affirm? Because what is the difference from the guy who, I don't know, works at Fidelity Investments and wears a suit and a tie every day, or, something like that, who shows up to your job with a suit and a tie instead of pants low, hat fitted? Like, and it's also appearance. Like a lot of people, they want that. You gotta be tatted. Like
mm,
you got, you know what I mean? You gotta. I think that like purposefully dating, like dating purposefully, really comes from your mindset, your heart. Like, what can your heart handle? What do you want your heart to handle? Do you want your heart to be like on an aggressive kind of like treatment mode? Because that's what you get with these hood niggas. Like, you do what they say.
mm.
You know what I
Yep,
mean? Or do
yep.
you want balance? Like, for me, I'm not saying I'm married to hood, but there are moments where I'm like, babe, let's play Cardi B's album. Cause I kind of like some of her music. And they're like, the pastor, yeah. Like,
Mhm,
yeah, like some of her. And I'm
mhm.
like, wow, she's going through all that. I would never have to sing those songs. I would never have to write those rhymes. Like never,
Right.
never, never. Like God forbid, but if anything was to happen to my marriage right now, I still would never have to write those rhymes. Like,
Mhm,
not even
mhm,
going forward. But it's really like there's got to be a balance. Like there's got to be a balance. I think
mhm,
defense is not always hood
mm.
because they think, or defense is not like thug or selling drugs.
Yeah, yeah.
Or defense is also not the richest man.
Yeah,
'Cause the women, do women have a problem with being the breadwinners?
maybe. Mhm.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, because you're on the single side, right? If you meet a guy
Uh-huh.
and he's like, I
Mhm,
don't have a job right now, but I really want
mhm,
to pursue you, and I love you, and let's just say y'all been dating for a year and a half, and I love you, and but I'm not working. Like,
mhm,
if you really love that person,
mhm,
how do you keep that connection? How do you continue to grow with that person? Most girls and most females that I've known, oh, forget him. He ain't got no job. Like, I love him and all, but that's how they find themselves doubling back,
mhm,
going again, having sex with them. And now you friends with benefits. Now that's all that is connected. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? And now you can't ever move on because he still ain't got no job, but you still pleasing him. Y'all pleasing each other. Now it's toxic. Now you're in a cycle. What do we do?
mhm.
So you're either going to be a help me early, because there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing
Right.
wrong with being a help me early. And I'm not saying give your last, go into your 401k, but it's more like support, because there are going to be times when the man is down, when the woman's down. Maybe he's down in the dating stage, but because you thugged it out, the women that want thugs, you
Mm,
thugged it out. He's now, bossing up, manning up, whatever they want to call it. But I think a lot of women throw good men away because of what they bring to the table just for dating. And I don't think that
mhm.
that's fair. Like, I don't think it's fair. I don't think when you start dating, you're supposed to have it all together. The
Right.
I feel the idea would be that mindsets grow together, hearts grow
Yes.
together, and then
Yes.
money starts to make sense together.
Mhm.
That is where the Bible talks about how can two walk together lest they agree.
Yes, they agree. Mm-hmm.
So if
Agreed.
we don't agree that our money is gonna soon make sense, we might as well quit now because you're saying that I'm not good enough because I don't have the money now.
Mm.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
I'll have it later. Just it's kind of like run with me in the paint, be with me in the gym, like
Yeah,
shoot these free throws with me before the lights, camera, action. Females don't want to do that. Females don't want to do that, and I
they
think
don't.
that is the biggest struggle that I have with some of these females that I talk to. They're like, he ain't got no money, he don't got no car, and I'm like, and you don't got no man. So I'm like, ain't that what you're here for? You don't have no man. You're single.
Hmm.
So
Fair point.
let's
And we have some people or a person. If you're in the comment section, y'all be in the comment section because obviously we're interactive. I've
yes.
heard so India had said that like sometimes street guys show more love, and I've heard that before. I've heard that they love hard, and I agree. My brother was a street dude, and he loves love, but he also was spreading that love to multiple people
You
sometimes
see what
at
I'm
the
saying?
and and I've seen the girlfriends and his baby mamas and all this other stuff, and they loved my brother. My brother was an amazing person. Love him. He was great. I'm just like, yeah, no, because they move very different. Their mindsets are very different, and their demands and expectations are very different. And so I get it, but I also feel like again we're given these societal norms of like it has to look like this, and
Mm-hmm.
relationships have to be this, and if you're not providing for your girl, you're not a man. And manhood gets questioned way too much, and it
Yep.
gets men are emasculated way too much. I have male friends, and I hurt with them because I'm like, I thought women have it tough. I think we have it tough on both sides. It is a very difficult culture that we're in right now because people. Oh, I'm sorry. I know you're reading. People want, like, I think everybody wants something unrealistic. Like I've noticed in the dating scene, men are like, I need me a lady in the street, freaking the sheets.
Freaking a
I
sheet.
I need her to be a boss, but not too much of a boss because I want her to need me, but also don't be too clingy because I want you to be independent. But then
That's that
also,
mind part. That's that mind part.
it's
Unstable
crazy.
mind.
Hello?
Unstable mind. You don't. So you really don't know what you want.
Uh huh.
You just
Mm,
want a quick fix. That's it. When I tell you that that intimacy, specifically sex, they think that that's like the driving force of
mm,
loving a woman, of how good she
mm,
can please you in that way. That is where the women fall into they love you more. No, because they have a lot of free time to come off the streets now. They done sold what they gotta sell.
uh,
Now they have a lot of free time to be in your house. Let's not even talk about that. To be in your
mm,
house now. To be in your house.
mm-hmm.
Because they don't they
Yep.
go here, there. They
Mm-hmm.
at their boys' crib. Oh, I live with auntie them. Now I'm with cousin. Trust me, I got cousins like that. And I'm like, get somewhere. Now you at your
Uh-huh.
girl's house. Now you at your baby mama's house. Because there's a difference between the girl and the baby mama.
Oh, yeah.
The girl, the baby mama, and the friend and the
Mm-hmm.
homegirl. It's too much. And then that one girl who has her heart set, who has a good mindset, may have the money, is the one thinking like, but he's loyal. No, it's like that's why you don't need a. I think females really need to eat reconsider and
Mm-hmm.
I think revise your plea. I preached a sermon that had that was one of my points. Revise your plea. If you're pleading into the universe, to God, to whatever higher power that you believe in, whatever that is, folks on
Mm-hmm.
the live,
Mm-hmm.
if you whatever you're pleading, revise it. Because if you've been in something that is like cycle after cycle, a season after season, and it feels like it's been a long journey, you need to do some revising, some refining, some reconsidering. Like make, and also don't be afraid to make uh old connections like come alive, because I'm also not a fan. Getting back to my husband and I, we connected 2 years prior to starting to date. And I was like, why would I start talking back to him? Like, I didn't want to talk to him back then. I wasn't even interested. But it was something like, it's persistence after 2 years and you still have the same calm tone. Like, let's meet up. Why would we be meeting up? Because me, I would, just because of past and traumas and
Mhm.
just situations. Like, I don't think I've been hurt to the point of like, oh my God, all men are the worst in the world, like that whole thing. But I've been like,
Mhm.
all right, you did that, got you. But I think I was definitely to a point where I'm like, everything that had to do with me, I'm like, well, why do you want to do that with me? Why me? Why not the
Mhm.
next girl? Why not the
Mhm.
girl you were just with? Why didn't it work over there? Like, I
Mhm.
was literally like, cut, 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 cut. And I think
Mhm.
showing that to my husband, and I think in general, showing that to a man gives, oh, she's on it. Some men, and between my husband, ghosted me. Bye. You get the picture. I ain't playing. And my husband was
Mhm.
like, oh, immediately, because I was so direct and I
Yep.
was so like, all right, where we going? Why are we going here? Where you go? Where you work? Okay, I'm gonna pray for you that you come off that job because you don't seem too happy. Like, sticking to being me. He's like, there's something about you. And me in my head, I'm like, I ain't even trying to date you right now, though. He's like, and I think I should make you my girlfriend. I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah. Out loud, I said, what did I just get myself into? The rest is history.
Mhm. Yep.
So, also not looking for it. I think a lot of people, I believe that there is a shift when what you do, what you
What do
do
you
bring
bring
to
to
the
the
table.
table? What do you bring to the table? Has become the opener. And listen, Philippa, she right, because that's one of the pet peeves that I've heard a lot of women have. Like, what do you bring to the table? Like, sir, what do you bring to the table? What is that like? What is the right answer to these questions? Like, I've seen a lot of these like 21 question type relationship things, and it's like sometimes men be saying off the cuff stuff like, so what that mouth do? Nigga, if you don't get up off my phone, that ain't none of your
But
business.
and
That's
see,
a different
I like the
story.
question like,
But like,
yeah, I like the question like, where did you meet that type of person? Because me personally, I have never. I, maybe it's because they didn't have the audacity to even ask me that. Now,
maybe,
I have had
maybe.
guys literally I wish my husband was near me. I've had guys literally be on Snapchat like lips, like put one word and I'm like,
Mhm.
gotta go.
Mhm.
Like, but hold
Mhm.
on, being married. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's because of where I met you. That's because of your character. Like, I expect you to ask those questions. But most,
Mhm.
and I remember telling one of my mentees before, like, she's like, well, your husband's different. Your husband's different. No, he actually has friends who are just like the guys who you are complaining about. The
Mhm.
problem is he had to exit himself,
Mhm.
reset his mind, focus and be like, okay, this is what I want. It's not about, my boys be talking to these girls about to do. No, y'all gonna have to figure out what y'all want. And it's the same thing like the female. You going with your girls to this party, this rooftop, you gonna meet rooftop niggas. like, where it's open bar. What? That's weird. Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing? Whose house is this? What's happening? Um,
Mhm.
I don't like when dudes come off sexual aggressive at first or come off with pet names. Yeah, so that doesn't move me. That doesn't move me. But and one thing that definitely made me very uncomfortable, which is crazy because today it's the best comfort for me from my husband, is the word love. He's like, "Good morning, love. How are you?" Who? My name is Alexis. Like, why am I love? It's day three. What are we doing? But I had to, and that's why I say, don't knock certain things that, like how she mentioned, I knocked that early and was like, why does he call me that? Like, this is crazy. But once
Mhm.
I got to know his character, for one, Haitian men are very, very, very affectionate. They're very, I won't say emotional because that kind of can come on to them like, we ain't no emotional, but they are emotional. And
Mhm.
they're very loving people. Like their language is loving, the French language, the Haitian Creole, like when they talk to you. But I had to learn his actual character, like behind his, culture, because he was born in America. He's an
Mhm.
American. But
Yeah.
I was just like, that is why. Like he really, like till this day, we can wake up tomorrow and he's like, how'd you sleep? And in my mind, I'm like, we were next to each other. But it's just a thing like, did you have a bad drink? He doesn't know, but he's really concerned. And that's
Yeah.
just his character. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Every morning, it never fails. I leave the house before him. I work at the
Mhm.
school and he leaves after me. He'll text me like, hey, love, I didn't talk to you a lot this morning. I know I was knocked out, but how'd you sleep? And I'm like, before I'd be like, what? But I had to learn his character. And then you also ask yourself, being in counseling, I don't know if you've ever asked anyone this too, but like, what are the things in a relationship? This is how I definitely learned how to choose. But what are the things in the relationship or in this guy so far that you can live without and that you can't live without? Because when you think about marriage and all the women, you and I, like when we were at that point where we want to get married,
Mhm.
I can think of five things from like my past relationship that I could not live with. Absolutely could
Mhm.
not live with. And those
Mhm.
five things my husband doesn't acquire. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So it's like, and then it's like you start to weigh because a relationship is a choice, a marriage is a choice. Like the ball is in our court. We choose. They ask us. I know it's been a little different. You know, the women asking to marry and stuff like that.
Mhm. They
But
do.
ultimately, right, but ultimately they ask us, and whether whoever pursues who, my husband definitely pursued me. But um it just really like boils down to that as well. Like you got to find that balance. Like what is it about this guy? Like he hood, but can I live with that? Or is this just a moment? This is how I'm feeling. Or is this just cute for a little bit? Or just what I'm used to?
Mhm.
Try to date a
Mhm.
different guy. Listen, I tried to date a Caucasian guy. Couldn't live with it. Couldn't live with it. Learn quick. Learn quick. And I
Mhm.
think for me, it was like you wanted he wanted to marry a or be with a black woman because you knew that we were strong. That's it. Like I'm sorry. What if I was one of the weak ones? So now I don't get married because I'm black and weak. Like
Mhm.
and I was like, can't live with that. Because now I feel like the relationship is now going to be like comparing like Caucasian women, white women to black women. I can't do that.
Mhm. Mhm.
I can't, because then you're going to wind up kicked out and it's
I
going to be a divorce.
I feel that,
You,
and I think a problem is we have unhealed people connecting with other unhealed people, and then it's like, well, why isn't this working? It's like relationships do not heal. You heal and then you get into a relationship, or
yep,
you are making sure that both of you guys are actively healing, because I know a lot of people who are in relationships in broken stages, and they get frustrated that their girlfriend or their boyfriend can't heal that void in them. It's like it's not theirs to heal. Like that's on you to heal that. And then any other, I learned that any person that comes into your life and is supposed to be an addition to what you're
yep,
already doing yourself, because that whole
hmm,
golden rule, people treat you how they want to be treated, false. People treat you how you treat yourself. And so I
exactly.
think people assume because I'm plus size that, oh, she got insecurities. I do. But like, oh, she'll just handle and settle for anything. Like, baby, no
Yep,
matter how insecure I am, Sissy Pooh ain't settling. And that's not it. And I think they will look at you and be like, oh, well, she's been single forever, so she must be desperate. Or she's plus size, so she must be desperate. Or, she carries herself a certain way, she must be desperate. It's like, even if I was Mr. Sir, it ain't desperate for that.
it ain't
Like
desperate for
it's
that. It's true.
mm,
And that's another thing. Like, I definitely. because I have plenty of plus size friends, skinny friends, mid size friends, whatever. I got, I got a whole bunch of different friends.
You do.
But I feel like that is also a thing as well. Like with some of my closest plus size friends, like they always feel that they could only attract someone who just likes plus size women.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I also feel, because I've asked my husband, like, what if I have a child and I become in the plus size community? Because my mother had a kid, and before she left this earth, she was considered plus size. She was a little plump, but she would let me know. I used to be your size, but I had 3 kids. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And some people, they snap back. Baby, Katina Wright just didn't. And that's just her story, right? And she was a
Uh-huh.
little plump, as my dad would say, she had a shape. She used to be literally like me. Like, she used to make fun of me and say, when I was your age, I was skinnier. You need to lose weight. All this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, I feel like his answer was, nah, it'll be fine. Really, these men want, they want that heart piece. Like, we, the plus size women, and when I say we, because I'm categorizing it as women, like, who are plus
Mm-hmm.
size, were like, they ain't gonna want me because I'm plus size. No, give them your heart. Be you. Don't compare yourself to the skinny woman just because he's skinny and you think he only likes skinny. Like,
Mm-hmm.
not saying, if my husband had married me, he would have went to a plus size woman. Maybe he would have. However, he doesn't mind that like, I might become plus size. Look at my family lineage. Like, my
Yeah.
mom became, although realistically, I think I took my father's metabolism, because through the years I've basically been the same size.
Love
But
that.
you
Yeah.
really have to ask those questions. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
know, me, myself, meaning the woman, you know, what are the things you like about me? Like, let the relationship, or the questions rather, let them flow. Because a lot of times we just want to know how much money they got. And this credit score thing is crazy. Sorry. That just popped up in my mind. Like, what his credit score like?
Mm.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
so if he has a great credit score, but he's a cheater, are we, like, it's like, and that's why I say women have too many high expectations. It's like we got a laundry list, and then we be like, but I don't like cooking, and I don't like women. It's like, but you want him to come with the alphabet, forward and backwards,
Hey. Yeah.
and you can't do the ABC part. You can't even do the
Uh-huh.
first three. So, and I
Mm-hmm.
think as women, for another woman, you have to go through your list of expectations. Start taking some things off, because those things, they don't even matter in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Once you, the shorter your list, the easier it is to navigate through whoever you're dating. Because I think that's another thing. We have so many things. We're meeting so many different guys, and we're like, nope, he didn't. Oh, forget it. There's nobody available. Just make your list be three main things. Just three, just the beginning. Can he have conversation? Now, me personally, I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
deal with the dude that you go in 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. If we're talking and we're agreeing that we're talking, you got to know how to keep conversation. Because I'm a talker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'll
Yeah.
be honest, my
Mm-hmm.
husband is not really a talker today, which I
Mm-hmm.
find weird, because we were never not on the phone. And I'm like, he hates talking on the phone. He's like, babe, you driving home? I'll see you when you get home. I'm like, dang, you don't want to talk to me in the car so I get home no more? No, because you come in here. And I'm like, okay, got it. But I'm used to
Mm-hmm.
just talking, like talking all the time on the phone. But
Mm-hmm.
you take some of them things off the list. Like, I think the
Mm-hmm.
list is too long, ladies. The list is way too long.
Yeah, it is. It is. And
What you
when
feel
you're
like, you personally, do you have a list? Do you have any expectations? Don't
child,
start.
I had the list and some. I did. I had the list and some because I'm like, I understand me and how complex I am, and it's gonna take a real certain somebody to be able to keep up with Jermaine. And over the years, I'm just like, I realize as
Hey,
you
I'm sorry.
change.
Whatever. I got I want to have a commentary. Go
Okay.
ahead.
as you change, your needs change. So then I was like, all right, so what are my non-negotiables that I absolutely need in that relationship? And it really is like, we can say five things. And I tell my friends, because I have, again, male and female friends.
Of
My male friends
course.
are rude, and I'm like, I you ain't had to say it like that, but okay. I do have friends that give me feedback a lot, and they're like, Jamae, I feel like you require a lot. And I'm like, but I'm a lot. So I don't know if I'm asking for a lot or it's perceived that I ask a
No,
lot. I'm like, y'all, I just need like 3, 5 things. I'm pretty simple. I really am. And having like 6-figure job ain't it. It's not. And I'm like, I just like where in the part where you're talking about like communication, like that is so big. And I don't know if people know how to have that. I think social media has taught us how to uh say more with less, if that makes sense. Like they'll give, especially men like to give you like some four word sentences. I'm like, hello, I don't know what that was.
now,
I'm a therapist, not a mind reader. I'm gonna need you to communicate, sir, because words, let's use them. But
thank you. Listen, now for me, I personally like you have to be a communicator. I can't, I
mhm,
can't, I can't, I can't function with the me trying to pull it out of you. Like, you gotta communicate. You gotta communicate. You know, what do you what are you doing today? Chilling. Like, huh? Like, what will you eventually do today? Like, I know you're chilling right now, but or maybe you're not even chilling right now and you're out with your boys. You could say that part, like out with my
right.
boys. But I think they also think like, oh, she asking, she being nosy, or maybe you're just probably up to no good. Who knows?
Mhm,
But I do think like that communication piece has to be stronger than ever. Literally, like you said, because of today's world. Like, literally, they could say, it's like, oh, I did speak to you today. I text you. No, you didn't speak to me. You text me. Like, there's such a big difference. Also, like hearing someone's voice, hearing their background. Because a lot of times it's like when I was in that realm of like dating guys, specifically for me, who weren't in church, or dating guys who were just like, yeah, I went to church before. I ain't gonna lie to you.
mhm,
For anybody that either watches the playback or has any type of you clicking on it right now or something, if you are a Christian and you start talking to a guy and he tells you, yeah, I've been to church before, and you really want a Christian, X, 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 X. He's got to immediately be X. I don't care if y'all just said y'all official, cut it off. He ain't, no. You got to
mm,
tell me what church you go to. Who is your pastor? Like,
come
it's
on.
like, because what guys will do, I think a lot of this, which I can side with females, they'll research you and know who you are. They'll be like, oh, I could do that. Oh, I do that. Like, they'll try to,
Mhm,
because I've had guys do that. I could go to church. No, 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 no. Like, I go to church. Like, I'm there. I'm on the front row.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and they're like, oh, you go every Sunday? Not one
yeah.
miss? And it's
Mhm,
different. So, and I think taking that aspect, not just to dwell on the church part, but if there's something that is like a staple for any female, it's like, no, like this is who I am. Like, they have to take that, and you have to watch those signs of like, man, come on, I could do that. Of course I could do that. Guys do that. It's like, no, you can you? Because they try to play with your mind. That's what I said. The mindset, your heart, and then that
mhm,
money. Because I say to females, create your own savings
mhm,
before even considering starting a date. Not that you have to show him what you're saying. It does something to yourself too,
mhm,
right? Like,
mhm,
even knowing that, like my mom used to always say, if you are going on a date, you do not go with the expectation that he's paying for you. One
mhm.
one thing I will say about, and I know my husband's there, but about my husband, and I had he's waving like, I had a ex-boyfriend where we went on a date. It was to the movies, and I'm about to do a compare and contrast, right? Well, not contrast. I'm comparing, and I walked up to the thing, and they're like, "Okay, the movie is 21." Da 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 da, and I'm like, he's like, "Oh, that was nice, but I'm paying." It was
Mm-hmm.
just mindset, like, I don't need you to. And it's not that I was ever that woman, because today
Yeah.
I'm like, babe, you paying for this thing, like, quick. Baby, you want to go with me to the mall? Oh no, I need you to pay for that. Like, it's kind of like I'll slide it in a little bit. But when then I'm comparing it to my husband, talk about knowing a person. Like, I already knew from the first date, pulling up to my house, having flowers to match my glasses because you remembered my favorite color was purple. The small things. Then we
Mm-hmm.
get to the register and they're like, "How much is the food?" He kind of goes in front of me. I'm like, I can't even pull my card of, like, I got mine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was already like there,
Yeah.
and it's just a good thing, even for you. My mother used to always say, don't go nowhere if you don't got money to pay for you, because you don't know what kind of guy you meeting, or if he's like, oh, we going Dutch today. Like, what? Like, you pay for yours, I'm paying for, because there are some guys like that. Because
Mm-hmm.
this not a relationship. We're just dating. It'd be
Right.
nice. And
Right.
I also, let me in that segment on, I don't think guys should be cut off because they don't pay for your meal. My husband doesn't agree with me on that because he feels that if a guy is taking a woman out, that he should pay. But I don't agree with that. Me
Mm-hmm.
personally, y'all both, how can two walk together unless they agree? We going on a date? Cool. Boom. We're going together. We're
Mm-hmm.
not going as a marriage, as a financial unit. Like, no.
Right.
And then,
I
because also it's like, if you're expecting the guy to pay, then you go eat, order surf and turf, and he only allocated for 150 or something. And it's like, now what are we doing? Pay for your own food since you want to order all that. Like,
listen, you're stating facts, and it's helping. I hope y'all in the social media,
yeah,
YouTube.
because I can't see the Facebook ones. But listen, I'm not I'm not a counselor. My sister is, but I definitely have a lot of like insight and can give
Uh-huh.
basic direction. That's it. But you're gonna have to tap in and sign up with my sis for the real
No, it's good. It's good. And I feel like to my men out there, like y'all ain't off the hook because y'all be doing some wild stuff. We just talking from a women's perspective.
Yep.
But, again, I have friends who give me both sides, both perspectives. And quite frankly, I be hearing some crazy stuff that men be doing. And I'm like, hello, like this is what y'all call dating. And I think this is why dating is so hard is one, people really don't know what they want, and they don't know how to work for the things that they do want. Like there's a couple at my church, and I tell you, when you think couple of the year, you think them. And everybody wants the husband because he's so together. And I'm like, yeah, but like how he got there though, like you
It's a process.
it she he didn't come like this, and he probably wouldn't be this version if it weren't for God, obviously, and his wife. Like they
Yep.
did this
I
together.
knew. Yep.
And so it's like a lot of people need to understand, like you were saying at the beginning, relationships are work, and you both have to be working on yourself and on the relationship in tandem to make sure that it becomes the relationship that you want. And I think some people don't know when to call it quits, or some people don't know when to be like, this was working and now it's not. Or even in the dating phase, like even before you guys are like official, it's like y'all just ain't. And I think I had to learn, me personally, I had to learn, like, Jermaine, now you know good and well this ain't this ain't what you want. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like I was dating this dude, talk about who didn't have a job. I dated a guy, didn't have a job, and he was like, oh, gave me the sob story of like, I'm in between jobs right now, I'm trying to move, yada yada. I was like, all right, cool, I'll help you move, da 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 da. I was helping pay his bills. I was like, all right, cool. And I'm like, all right, so where's the reciprocity? Because the moment homeboy got a job, it was like, Jermaine, who? I was hearing from him less. Once he started getting himself established, I was like, excuse me. So, so Huh? Because I helped and you just pieced out once you got yourself settled. That's crazy. And I think, again, pain, trauma, say what you want to say about it. It's like it does reshape how you approach future situations. And
Yep.
again, that's why I keep telling people, like, y'all got to be in your own healing process, because I think people need people to heal them, because they say, well, if people broke me, then people need to be the one that's healing me. And it's like, how about we get ourselves together?
Yes.
Because I heard someone say you can't date properly until you know yourself properly, or words to that effect,
Yep.
right? And it's like we all want something, but it's like, are you that person that is positioned and ready for that love life and things? And it's just like, that's why I say dating is ghetto, because it's like, are we healed? Are we well people? Are we emotionally intelligent? Are we emotionally available? What are we doing? And that's just coming from a person's perspective, not even the counselor, but it's like,
I
it's
know.
like,
Outside of the book, kind of like the book sequence, it's like no, 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 the real stuff. But I do think also I call myself different. Let me tell you, if my father, like, if he could ever talk to the men that started talking to me first, like even my husband, if he could talk to him before, he would be
mhm,
like, "You better not have nothing that she could find." Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Like, and this is right hand of God. I like prime example. I did not know, and this is something very simple. I did not know, our family did not know who our grandfather was. I didn't know who my grandfather was, my dad's dad.
mhm,
We knew
mhm,
he existed, obviously, because my dad was born.
mhm,
And at the end of this, I'll tell the end before the beginning. We love our grandfather. He's so nice. I met him in 2014 for the
mhm,
first time in life. And I researched, and I need to know, who are you? I told my grandmother before she left this earth, who, I didn't know his name. No, 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 no. Nicest man you could ever meet. Different guy. But come to
mhm,
find out, you're the one in the church. You're the one a Christian. You walked away. You left my grandmother. She was too much. She was a headache. Yeah, I know she a headache to the family too. However, I'm like, aha, he left you the same reason why we mad at you. No, but
mhm,
saying that to say, you got to do your research. Because,
mhm,
and I'm not saying be stalker. Now, I will say there was some really, really nice pictures that my husband had before I even, and I was saving them like crazy. Like, I like this picture. Let me see if his picture could look nice next to mine. I'm like,
mhm,
that's crazy. He might have a girlfriend. Like, what am I doing? You know, but I had to do that research. Like,
mhm,
how long were you in a relationship? How long ago? What's that look like? Why did that end? How did that go? Who
mhm,
ended it? You know, you have to ask these questions because it can't just be, I want you, I want you. Ain't no way they just snap out of what they was just in and they just want you. They don't even know you. You have to do your research. And as you research, you will then learn and understand, and their character will begin to come more clear. You got to show me clear character before I even move on. Like, I can't be trying to figure out your character after I say yes, because the ring is big. No, I need to know your character. Like, it's like, huh? No, because it's just, uh, it's crazy. Because I'm like, y'all, like I was saying, y'all really want these rings, but it's all the other things.
mhm.
It's
The
all the other
things
things.
before the rings.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I'm like, the easiest part is get it in the ring. I'm gonna tell y'all. I know that might sound like, well, easiest part. He picks the
Mhm,
location. Maybe you pick the location. People show up, do the ring. After that, you're on your own. That's the easiest part. That's the easiest part. Wow. They found love. Bye. The wedding, easiest part. Like I said, $25 Avon. I already told y'all. Shameless plug. After that, you
mhm,
figure it out. And it's not
mhm,
even that you figure it out, but if you start with the solid foundation of, I can understand him, he can understand me, he's had a low season, maybe I've had a low season, we help each other out.
mhm,
But women, what I could say, clear, take some things off the list. And also, I think for males, you
Uh-huh.
can like males specifically, you have to know how to have a conversation. Having a conversation does not make you a punk, does not make you less of a man. Telling your boys, telling your friends that you gotta go because you talking to, I don't care, call me shorty, call me homegirl for the moment, because we just talking. But showing that you're separating and that you have time management, that there's an expiration to boys, and now we're gonna continue our growth. Because I think that's a big thing with the men too. Like, yo, you call me, I was out with my boys. How long you gonna be with them? When are we gonna build? Because it's like, but you said you wanted to build with me, but I gotta
Mhm.
always understand that you with your boys. No, it's like those things, especially when you're in our age. I feel like our age group, like this generation, I ain't talking about the generation behind us. I'm praying, yet praying. Whole nother ball game. That's my sister and them generation. I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know. But our generation now, we are at a very mature age where you can stop hanging out with your friends for a season. Just so you can get to know a woman. You can stop. You can stop. You can get off the block. For those of y'all who like the thugs, they can get off the block. They can get off the block just for a little bit. Just for a little bit. Like,
Yes. And we are definitely going to have a round two of this, and maybe bringing a male perspective, because we need the full picture. We need the full conversation of
yes,
like,
some
let's
questions, some
have the
something.
conversation. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like maybe we'll do a panel on
it needs to be.
single or
Sister,
something.
I love that. Yes.
We'll round it up. We'll get it together. We'll get it together. But anywho, we have reached the end of our conversation. Thank you so much for coming on, giving us the gems, because we need the gems, and reminding us, know what you want, be clear, and don't date them hood niggas. Anyway, and
Yeah, basically, y'all gotta come off them hood niggas.
in
Let them
synopsis,
be on the street. Like they will figure it out. I promise you. And when they get it together, they won't be a hood nigga no more. I promise you.
no, there will be reformed hood niggas. Anyway, so thank you all. This
Hey,
isn't my typical podcast day, but things happened last week. I didn't
we
have
made
much of
it
a
work.
voice. I didn't have a voice at all, quite frankly. And so we praise him for the ability
That
to
is
talk.
crazy, right? And I'm so glad. I was like, is she gonna be okay today? But you good, you good, you good.
I am. I was even singing in church yesterday. Hallelujah.
Yep,
Yeah.
some tea.
So Thursday, I am, speaking of male perspective, bringing on my bestie for the resty. Mr. Darren Day is back. He's been on every single season,
Yes,
whether
I've jumped in on some of his lives. Cool.
yeah, whether forced or not. He's been here, and we love him for it because
Yes.
he brings a lot of lovely gems, and I'm excited for the conversation on Thursday. Alexis, Madame, Mrs. Benoit, the pastor, the trainer, the teacher. She got some songs out, y'all.
That's
Listen.
crazy.
when
That's
she when
crazy.
she had dropped I'm ready for the shit. I was like, hey,
Listen,
that's her name.
it ain't Cardi B album, but it's gonna move you.
And does, because her shirt says just move, and we
Just
be moving.
move. Just
We
move.
be moving. Sis, any last words you want to drop and leave with the peoples and the folks?
No, it's been great. Listen, this is a very powerful movement that my sister got going on. So you all come on as much as you can. Um,
Mhm.
be interactive, ask the questions, tap into the things that she has going on outside of this live. This is all things you, because you got so much greatness on you that people need to knock 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 at your door. Um listen, we could talk all day offline and I could be like, well,
Uh-huh.
tell them this, but you have so much insight too, and just this segment alone is winning people and transforming lives. I already know people might get off here like, oh shoot, I heard that. I know my friends were on here and I'm like, yeah, because you done heard me say leave him. But anyway, maybe they needed this live to hear me say it live.
Uh-huh. And it echoes, and it sits
Hmm.
in their spirit, man. Well,
For
y'all,
sure.
thank you. Y'all have an amazing night. I will see you guys again this Thursday, like 3-4 days from now. Me and Darren will be on here. We'll be talking about a powerful perspective, optimism for the storm, making it through, because we all going through something. But living on purpose doesn't mean you won't inquire a storm, but there are ways to get through it. And we will talk about it Thursday night, 7 p.m. Alexis, again, thank you so much. Those of you who are new, do not click off, because I do have an outro video with some announcements and all things of Fighting Chance. There's more to be added, because in November, I'm starting some virtual groups Monday, Tuesday nights. And yeah, so stay tuned. Alexis, again, girl, I love you. You know this. And
yes, I love you.
Later.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the episode. I hope whatever was said impacted you or someone you know. So again, feel free to share this with anyone you know, a group of people you know, whoever you think needs to hear and have benefited from a conversation like what we just did, send it to them. Anyway, so at the end of my episodes, I like to do some announcements. I do have a lot of things coming up. I am ready to do speaking engagements, so you'll see flyers on those. I'm ready to launch my groups now that the summer's over and everyone's getting back into the swing of like normal everyday life. So I have some groups coming up. I am taking insurances, in case you didn't know. So I'm going to throw up the list of insurances that I am taking. And, stay tuned for more. The books are still out, so my journal, To the Other Side, is still out on Amazon, as well as my mental health awareness affirmations book. It's a coloring book. It's an adult book, We color too. I love to color, okay? So those are still out on Amazon. Check them out. Again, share those with people who you think might benefit from it, all right? So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the flyers, and I'll see you next time.